A-Y, play A. A-I, bait A. U-N-G, lung, ung. A-N, fan, an. A-N-K, bank, ank. I-N-K, pink ink. A-L-L, ball, all. O-N-K, honk, onk. U-N-K, junk, unk. A-M, ham, am. O-S-T, post, oast. U-R, burn, O-L-D, cold, old. O-L-T, cold, olt. E-R, her, A-N-G, fang, ang. I-N-G, ring, ing. A-R, car, R. O-R, horn, or. I-L-D, wild, ild. I-N-D, find, eind. I-R, bird, O-N-G, song, ong. E-Y, key, E. E-A, eat, E. E-E, jeep, E. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see what the next row of vowel teams are. But first, let's review the first two rows. First line says A. So A-I, bait A. A-Y, play A. The next line says E. So echo me. E-E, jeep E. E-A, eat E. E-Y, key E. Ooh, the next row says oi. Let's take a look at the cards. The third row of vowel teams say oi. We've got O-I, coin, oi. We've also got O-Y, boy, oi. All right, trick word practice. Remember, we say, spell, say trick words. We don't tap them out. First, we do it in the sky. Then we do it with a marker. And we move on to the next one. Does. D-O-E-S. Does. Does. D-O-E-S. Does. Next one. Goes. Goes. G-O-E-S. Goes. Goes. G-O-E-S. Goes. Pretty. Pretty. P-R-E-T-T-Y. Pretty. Pretty. P-R-E-T-T-Y. Pretty. Try both. All right. Both. B-O-T-H. Both. Both. B-O-T-H. Both. Was. Was. W-A-S. Was. Was. W-A-S. Was. Let's do one more. They. Okay. They. T-H-E-Y. They. Marker. They. T-H-E-Y. They. Set up your boards like this. And listen for the letters, sounds, and words. Number 1, ong. Ong, like in the word long. Glued sound. Number 2, olt. Olt, like in colt. Number 3, isled. Isled, like in wild. Number 4, this is a word. Slick. Slick, like the ice is very slick. Please be careful. Number 5, fold. Fold. Why do I have to fold everyone's clothes? Fold them yourself. Number 6, mind. Mind. I don't mind folding my own clothes, but I do mind folding yours. Mind. And then for our sentence on number 7. The pretty colt is in the stall. One more time. The pretty colt is in the stall. Good. You ready to touch what you have? Here we go. The pretty colt is in the stall. Okay, make sure everything's right because I'm going to hold up the board so you can see the answers. Okay, you ready to see? Okay, well first what I want you to do before you're ready to see, I want you to look at number 4, number 5, and number 6. They are all words, full words. Slick, fold, and mind. I would like you to mark each of those words for whether or not it's a closed syllable or a closed syllable exception. Do that, pause, and then look at these answers. Here they come. All right, 1, O-N-G, long ong, 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 ong. 2 was olt, O-L-D, colt, olt. 3 was isled, I-L-D, wild, isled. Did you get those? 4 was slick, S-L-I-C-K, slick. Why did we use C-K? Because the K, oh, did you hear that? The K count, the K came right after a short vowel. Did I mark it as a closed syllable or a closed syllable exception? Closed syllable. If it's closed, the vowel is short. And believe it or not, slick, itchy, itch. That's short, isn't it? All right, number 5. Fold, F-O-L-D. How did I mark it? It's an exception. O-L-D, cold, old. It's not a short O. So you put the C and cross it out to show it's an exception. Number 6, mind, M-I-N-D, mind. Now, was it a closed syllable exception or just a closed syllable? Right, it's an exception. Mind has a long I. Eind. And plus, there's our glued sound IND kind eind, the exception. Sentence time. I didn't mark anything. You didn't have to, but if you did, good for you. The pretty colt is in the stall. The title of this story is The Lost Colt. Read along with me. Beth had wanted a pet for a long time. When her mom and dad asked her what she wanted for a gift, she said, "A pet! The kind I want most is a small colt. But if I cannot have a colt, I want a dog or a cat." Mom and Dad wanted to get a colt for their child, but they did not know where to find one. They also did not have a stall. A colt could not be kept in the den. Then a man at Dad's job told them he had one to sell. It could stay in his stall if Beth fed it each day. It was not at all wild and would be a fun pet for a child. The man sold Mom and Dad the colt. The plan was to put it in the backyard and then bring it to the stall at the end of the day. Mom had a thick string on the colt so that it would not bolt off and get lost. When Beth got up, Mom and Dad put a blindfold on her and led her to the yard. When they got to the back, they took the blindfold off and said, "Here's your gift, Beth." But there was no colt, just a string. "Where is the colt? We must find it," said Mom and Dad. The colt was lost. What is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? I hope they find that colt. Listen, what I want you to do is reread the story to yourself. You're going to have to take your time and picture what you're reading like a movie in your head. How'd you do? I have a couple questions for you. Who are the characters in this story? Do you remember? If you don't, you better go back and reread. If you do, tell me, who are they? Beth, right? It was her birthday. Who got her the present? The mom and the dad. Beth's mom and dad, right. What do you think about the colt? He's a character, right? We didn't really meet him, but he's there. There was somebody else, too. The man at Dad's job. Yeah, he sold Mom and Dad the colt. Cool. Characters are always fun to look at in a story because everybody is so different. What about the setting? The place where the story happens, the setting. Well, yeah, I would say mostly, I'm not going to tell you. Do you know? Like I said, if you don't, do like you did before, go back and reread. But if you do know, do you agree with me when I say that the setting was like the backyard? Maybe the stall? I don't know. I don't know if they saw the stall, but it could be something that you imagined in your head, right? Because it is a place in the story. What would you do if I asked you to retell the main events of the story? Now, this one, it might take you going back and rereading. It might not. When you retell the main events of the story, you tell the most important things that happened in the order that they happened. So what would you think you would say if I asked you what happened first? Yeah, I mean, we're zeroing in on Beth here. It's her birthday, and she wants a pet. What are Mom and Dad going to get her? They decided to get her a colt. Now, they found a colt to buy from the man at Dad's work, and they bought him. They decided they would put it in the backyard and at the end of the day, take it to the stall. Well, what happened next? Beth was going to go outside to the backyard to see her surprise. And was she surprised? Yeah, because even though Mom tied that colt with a thick string, that's all that was left back there. And Beth was like, what would you do? Oh, thanks, Mom. I love strings hanging on posts. Actually, that's not quite what happened. Rewind. They go to the backyard. They see it's just a string and say, "Where is the colt? We must find it." The colt was lost. So we are going to find out what happens next. Were you able to retell that story? If not, all you have to do is...
Connie Allen and Trinice Watson, please come by the front office before you leave today. Connie Allen and Trinice Watson. Thank you.
If you have trouble retelling a story, reread it. Try again. If you have trouble the second time, reread it. Try again. Just keep trying again. It's okay. One of those times you're going to get it. And the more you practice, the better you'll get.